What is going on, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another video. Finally, I can film this video because I had never seen us play Rotherham at home. Finally saw them. Their fans are pretty good, and we'll get onto that in a bit. 5 categories today. We've got Elite. That'll be Coventry City, best away fans, and probably no one else. Good numbers, no noise. That'll be Sunderland. Decent, the decent away supports, the ones that will bring a decent amount, sing quite a bit. Just good away support, pretty much. Average, we'll get onto that because it could be a million things. Like might bring 1,000, sing a bit. Just not worse enough to be in We Forgot That You Were Here, who would probably be Shrewsbury. Starting off then, we got Burton. They're going in We Forgot That You Were Here, mainly because I've never actually remembered Burton's away fans, and I obviously watched a couple of my videos to look back on the away fans. They never really brought much, never really sung very loud, and Burton is literally around the corner. People probably be like, oh yeah, they brought 1,000 a couple of years ago. It's literally like 40-minute drive, if that. So Burton are on We Forgot That You Were Here. And as well, I'm comparing like a lot of these to Coventry, but I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Fleetwood are elite because they sold out Blackpool away and sung the whole game. Yeah, they'll probably bring a couple hundred to Gillingham. So I'm going to put them in average. I don't think they're good enough to be indecent just because they probably only bring 700-800 every year. And I don't think they're bad enough to be on We Forgot That You Were Here, mainly because their fans, in my opinion, have always been quite vocal. I'm putting Wycombe in average. Ipswich, I know a few people will disagree.
I think Ipswich Town deserve to be an Unreal.
They always bring a good following. They're always okay when it comes to noise. They're never brilliant. I don't think they're good enough to be in good numbers, no noise, just because I have seen Ipswich fans pretty good. They're a lot better away than they are at home, I must say that. I don't think they're good enough to be in the elite, just because I don't think I've never really seen Ipswich struggling, especially in the Championship, bring a big number and sing quite loud, so I put them just in decent. Blackpool, I'm going to put them in decent. I think these are quite an overrated lot. I'm going to say the same probably about a few teams here. And I saw one, and people putting Blackpool at the top. Blackpool bring good numbers and everything now, but I mean, like, I know people will disagree, saying this is all because of the Oystons, but a few years ago, Blackpool would have easily sat there because they used to bring about 50. They were quite loud when we played them until they started losing, and a team that stopped singing when they're not winning isn't brilliant. Anyway, moving on, Accrington Stanley, they're going to go in We Forgot That You Were Here. This is no kind of beef to Accrington Stanley. Alright club, to be fair, but they're going to go in We Forgot That You Were Here, mainly because they usually bring about 40 and a flag that could fit over all 40 of the fans that they bring. Just a massive flag saying We Are Stanley or something like that. Next, Lincoln, one of the best kind of up and coming supporters, away support in the league. Really a team that got promoted just a couple years ago from Conference into League 2. After a few seasons in League 2, they got promoted to League 1. It's their first season in League 1, and they've always brought quite good away support. I remember we played them on the Thursday, and they brought like 3,000 to the Rico. So yeah, decent away support, Lincoln. Fair play. Put them in decent. Fleetwood, one that, like, I don't know about you, but everyone that I've seen do this video have put Fleetwood kind of near the bottom. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to put them in average, mainly because this season is what I'm basing this one on. I saw Fleetwood a few years ago a couple times, and they never really brought many. Probably 30-40 at the Rico. Very small away support. This season and last season, it kind of grew a little bit. Last season, I think they brought like 110. This season, they brought something like 230. I know it was school holidays, but 230 away fans for a team of Fleetwood size. They sung majority of the game, even when they were losing. Fair play to Fleetwood, put them in average, and there's nothing saying in 5 years' time Fleetwood will be in a decent category because they're a team that are on the up. Doncaster, very average away support really. Probably bring 500-600, don't really sing too much, but I think they're a little bit better than We Forgot That You Were Here. Never really seen Doncaster bring a really good number to Coventry or anything like that, so I'll put them in average. MK Dons, again, another average away support. MK Dons always seems to bring quite a good number to Cov, probably 2,000. The way I look at it is, MK Don's nearest away game in this league really is us, because you can hop on the train at MK Station, an hour later you're in Cov. Yes, there's a couple closer ones, the likes of Oxford, but really it's one of the closest away days. Stop Bristol Rovers, they're going in decent. I think they're quite overrated at times, but they've got really good support. One of the best away supports in the league, always really sell out. When it comes to home support as well, they probably average about 7,000 at the men. So very good away support. Then we have Wimbledon. I'm going to put them in We Forgot That You Were Here, just because, and this is nothing against Wimbledon, they always bring very similar numbers to Fleetwood. They just don't sing anywhere near as much. We always seem to play Wimbledon on Tuesday night. We never seem to play them on a Saturday at home. So, I don't know. And I mean, even that home atmosphere isn't brilliant either. Shrewsbury, they're going to go. We Forgot That You Were Here. Just because they bring like similar support to Doncaster. But Shrewsbury's like an hour away. Is it really that much of an effort? They've never really brought great away support to Cov. And their home support is one of the strangest supports like at all. If I do a video, if we hit 50 likes, I'll do a video on home support. And I know I can't rate Fleetwood's and everyone's going to bully that one, but I'll 50 likes and we'll do home support, and I'll have a bit more of a rant on why I don't really like Shrewsbury fans. Next is Tranmere Rovers, going to put them in decent. I've only actually seen us play them once in a home game, and it was a Sunday 12 o'clock kickoff. I think they only brought like 700-800. Just from having a little look about, I thought they've always brought decent away support, a little bit better than every team that I'm putting in average. They do make quite a lot of noise away from home. Always brought good numbers back in non-league and League 2 as well. First one that's going into Elite, Bolton Wanderers. People are going to disagree with me. Hear me out. Let me talk about this. So Bolton, I've seen them a few times before. Probably brought a couple thousand. Very average kind of championship away support really. But I have to bear in mind this season they started at minus 12 points and have sat bottom of League 1 all season, and have still brought really good numbers away from home pretty much everywhere. And to Coventry they brought probably 700-800, I think it was, just under 1,000 really. See, if I don't know, like Bristol Rovers were bottom of the league, I wouldn't particularly put them here for their position. I'm not trying to sympathise with Bolton specifically. The reason I put them there is because it's shown their low support. I think there's very few teams at this level, if you were sat bottom of the league, minus 12 points, pretty much confirmed relegation, who would bring this much. Obviously Coventry have done it in the past. I think Portsmouth and Sunderland, maybe Ipswich, I don't know about Ipswich, are probably the only other teams that would bring that many. Next up, Sunderland, they're going in the category which was actually just made for them. Good numbers, no noise. One going into Elite is Coventry City. People are going to call me so biased, so I'm not going to comment, and you can just call me biased in the comments really. But just watch my videos if you want to know why. They're going to go and We Forgot That You Were Here. In my opinion, the worst away support in the league, Rochdale. Honestly, I have never heard Rochdale fans sing a song.
A few moments later.
I think I've heard them shout Dale a couple times. Rotherham, putting them in decent, very nearly creeping up on Elite. I've only seen them once, like I said. It was a Tuesday night and they were top of the league, but the fans, some majority of the game, I couldn't really hear them when I was in the opposite end, but nah, they were alright. Good number for a Tuesday night, and it's, again, I'm only really basing it on that. For Championship away support, they seemed okay as well. I know they struggled a bit, but I've put them in decent. Gillingham, just in average. I mean, they'll probably bring a few hundred here and there. Obviously, they're in a really awkward point of the country where a lot of away games are very, very far. I saw them get a bit of stick for bringing out 110 to Blackpool on a Tuesday night back in January. Let's just look at that and think how far it really is, and fair play to all 110 of them. So yeah, just getting into average. Not We Forgot That You Were Here, but yeah, just about average. We've got Oxford, they're going into decent. I had a little bit of an argument with myself. Maybe I could put them in Elite, but nah, I just don't think they're good enough. Bring decent numbers away from home, and very colourful as well. You know, they play in the yellow strips, a bit like Blackpool in the summer months. Brilliant playing Oxford. Is the third and final one going into Elite. It's going to be Pompey, Portsmouth FC. One of the best away supports in the country, in my opinion. Always sing, especially when the team are losing. Even if they're 2-3-0 down, they don't stop singing. Always bring really good numbers. We always seem to play them on a Tuesday night, and there's 2,000-3,000 Pompey fans on a 3-4 hour trip there, and they sing majority of the game. So fair play. Portsmouth are the third and final team in Elite. Peterborough, I'm going to put them in decent. I remember one year, I don't know if this is true or not, but they brought like 2,000 the season 15-16, and they had some like weird music playing in the away end. If any Peterborough fans can tell me why, tell me in the comments, because I've always thought that's weird. They've always brought about 2,500 to Coventry. Fair play. Yeah, Peterborough in decent. Southend, going to put them in average. I think they've had an okay away following, especially this season where they've struggled quite a lot. 15-16 season, I remember they brought probably 2,500, but that's the best I've seen Southend fans bring against us. I'm going to put them in average, quite an average away support really. A little bit better than every team we've got that you were here. Anyway, that's the end of my tier list for League One away fans. If you disagree with me, tell me in the comments, leave a like, and please subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and hit the bell icon so you know when I upload. I'll see you guys in a bit.